Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video, and today I'm doing a behind the scenes so far to Judgment Day Part 3, which is really odd because that means that we're exactly halfway through Judgment Day. We've got another 3 more parts to go and then that's it, I'm done with this story, which is really weird. And so from the previous episode, spoiler alert, I'll obviously be going through what happened in this episode, and or part of this episode even. Yeah, little Rick Grimes revolver. Anyway, so the TARDIS has like a force field over it, and it's like electrified and that, so that's why the Doctor went under and all that. And then we have the holographic David Tennant action figure now, which is a thing. But yeah, and that'll be interesting in part 4. Yeah, I think in retrospect I could have done a better job with part 3. I don't know, I mean, I haven't rewatched it. I think it was alright for what I've done. It's a lot shorter than the other 2 parts, part 1 and 2. I think part 1 and 2 really had a massive task of setting this whole story up, whereas parts 4 and 5 and so on might not be as fluent and that, but I don't know. I hope they are good, and I hope I can just sort of end the story well, as I'm probably not the best person at wrapping up a story. I think I have what I like to refer to as Stephen Moffat syndrome of sorts, where I do a good build-up of a good story and a good idea, but the way I end it and try and wrap it up probably isn't the best way. Granted, I hope I don't use the Sonic too much as a Deus Ex Machina tool type thing, and that. As that's what Doctor Who's been scrutinised as doing a lot lately, well, in Matt Smith's era anyway it was, but I think they've really shied away from that, I think, or not shied away, but they've definitely tried to step away from that with Capaldi's Doctor, which is good, but yeah, so yeah, from part 2 to part 3, some stuff's different, obviously the Brigadier is up there, and is getting threatened and stuff, really menacing sort of imagery, really. I mean, in my head, yeah, this is sort of the final frontier, the showdown. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a series finale as well, so I really want it to have some substance and some sort of impact and that. So, like, the TARDIS is on lockdown, he can't use the TARDIS right now. Both of his companions, are in a hostage situation. He's talking to his past self, there's the Sycorax leader wanting to attack more humans and stuff, so stuff's gone sideways, shit's gone sideways, so to speak, and that. So, the inclusion of the holographic David Tennant figure is mainly, or 10th Doctor is mainly, I don't know, just because I've never used him in a figure adventure before, and I just thought this would be really, sort of, in the context of the story, it works, because this is supposed to be like a court-like room of sorts, almost, as they are discussing the pros and cons of humanity and that, as the Sycorax obviously deem humanity as a threat to the universe, and, and the Doctor doesn't, the Doctor thinks maybe humanity is good and that. So I just think in part 3, I just think I haven't plotted it out as well, because I think the idea is that they discuss the pros and cons, and then the Doctor says as an ultimatum, maybe you could sacrifice maybe just one of these two, and that, spoiler alert, but, and that, whereas I think I mentioned about maybe you could sacrifice one of those, but then he kind of randomly then said, actually, maybe we need another point of view, and that, and so, for now, they're not going to get shish kebabbed, so to speak, by the Sycorax, but the problem is that I've already mentioned that they might get shish kebabbed, or whatnot, in a later episode, or part, should I say, but I think I already mentioned it in the episode, in the part, should I say, and that, which I didn't want to do, and now I'm really kicking myself, so to speak, which is the annoying thing, is what I'm trying to get at. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to have both or two Doctors. So if you, I don't know, I don't class this as a multi-Doctor story really, because again, he's technically not here. It's a hologram of the 10th Doctor, so it's a hologram of his predecessor, which I think is quite unique. And I think if they were to do a multi-Doctor story for some reason in, say, I don't know, series 10 or 11 or, you know, later down the line, but it's not like an anniversary special, they could always do it like that. Like, I'd really like them to do like a, maybe, I don't know, like get archive footage of, you know, the hologram of Chris Eccleston in the TARDIS, you know, in the last episode he was in, but somehow augment it / change it to where they have like motion capture on his face and that, where he could be saying new dialogue, but it looks like a hologram from the TARDIS and that. But the 12th Doctor's or the 9th Doctor's talking to the 12th Doctor and that. For some reason, I don't know why you would, but that is if they have a script that demands that. Anyway, I don't want it just there for the sake of it, for fan service, but it would be a cool idea. It'd be a different way of getting around the whole, you know, demand of people wanting, fans wanting a multi-Doctor story for the sake of a multi-Doctor story. As I don't think they work. I think they work only when you have an idea for them, i.e. maybe that is when specials are around, you know, anniversary type things, or if you have a good enough idea, then I think you should maybe do it, but I don't know. So yeah, part 3, halfway through. The cliffhanger is that the 10th Doctor's a thing now, and that, I'm trying to think of what else I could do for cliffhangers, as I'm not very good with cliffhangers, I don't think. But yeah, not too much of a massive cliffhanger, you know, there's not like the Doctor needs to escape from anything. Well, he could try and escape from the ship, maybe, but he's kind of already fine here, isn't he, really? I mean, he can't go because of the TARDIS, and there's no other way of getting off the ship. So, but yeah. Hopefully you stay tuned for parts 4, 5 and 6, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching the third part. Thanks for watching, comment, rate and subscribe.